This is ABC 15 News, taking action.
You've researched ways to maximize your refund, but have you done your homework before choosing the person who will actually be doing your taxes? The red flags to watch for. So all tax season, we've been letting you know special tips so that you can get the most out of your refund, right? But this morning, we want to talk about how to get the most out of your tax preparer. So CPA Bob Hockensmith is with us once again. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. So we've got a 10-point checklist on how to best pick the person who's going to be doing your taxes. I mean, it feels like you're putting your life in their hands, in a certain aspect.
It's pretty much the second most important thing in your life. You know, your children being the most important, and money being the second most important. So, yeah, you want to have somebody that's licensed or somebody who's certified to do your tax returns.
Right. So you want to do the basics first. Do your homework.
Right. You can check the Internal Revenue Service. There's a part on the Internal Revenue Service's website that shows you who is qualified to do tax returns and if they've had any disciplinary actions against them as well.
Right. That would be a big red flag.
Absolutely.
Also, you want to ask them about fees. What is it going to cost you, and how are you going to get your return?
Right. You don't want to hire a preparer that's going to charge you a percentage of the refund they get you back. That's actually illegal.
Okay.
And there are some in Florida, unfortunately, that have done that. So find out how they're going to charge. They're going to charge by the form. They're going to charge for the time they put in. How they're going to charge you is very important.
Right. You want to be in the know so that they don't take advantage of you. Also, e-filing, not just for do-it-yourselfers, because you know, a lot of us run TurboTax or H&R Block or whatever it is. You're used to doing that, but your tax preparer should be doing it as well.
If tax preparer does 11 returns or more, they're required by law to e-file the returns, which means that it gets to the IRS faster and the Department of Revenue faster. But more importantly, it means your refunds come back faster if it's e-filed too.
Now, there are some red flags that you should be looking for also. If they're just asking you for your pay stubs, they should be asking for more paperwork than that, right?
You'd be surprised how many times the W-2 does not agree with the pay stub that the person gives you, and a lot of preparers, unfortunately, will use the pay stub, but you have to use the W-2 under IRS rules.
And you don't want to sign a blank return.
It's like signing a blank check. We actually had a client come in and they had signed a blank return and found out it was nothing like they had told the preparer, so never sign blank returns.
And don't feel bad about asking for copies. Check their work, right, to some extent.
You want to do that. They're supposed to give you a copy by law. They have to give you a copy of the return. And find out if the tax preparer is going to be around after April 15th. That's important.
Right, you might have questions.
Right.
Okay, great. So those are your top 10 tips. And of course, if you spot anything wrong, report them to the IRS. All right, thanks so much, Bob.